Okay, right here is a 1960 Clark, Michigan 275A Series 1. Clark Equipment Company acquired the Michigan Power Shovel Company in 1953, establishing its construction machinery division in Benton Harbor, Michigan. The following year, in 1954, Clark launched 3 new rigid frame wheel loaders that carried the new trademark name Michigan. Later on, in 1957, Clark launched the new 275A and 375A. Now, let's go and get a closer look at the 275A. The 275A is what you call a rigid frame wheel loader, or as Clark liked to call it, a tractor shovel. The 275A features all-wheel drive with rear-wheel steering. To help give you an idea of the size of the 275A, this loader measures 12 feet tall from the ground to the top of the operator's cab and 10 feet 3 inches wide. The 275A was designed to carry a bucket rated at 4.5 cubic yard capacity. Clark also offered a wheel dozer configuration for its 275A loader, known as the Model 280. As you can see, the front loader attachment on the 275A is very much different than what you would find today on a modern articulated frame wheel loader. Let's take a closer look. Right here you can see where the 2 bucket cylinders are located, and you can see where they connect to the back of the bucket to curl the bucket in or out. And here you can see where the upper and lower boom sections connect to the side of the bucket cylinder casing to raise the bucket up or lower it down. And the way you access the operator's cab on the older 275A, and this goes for all of Clark's older and smaller A-series wheel loaders, is from the front. Now let's go up inside and check out the operator's cab. Mounted on the front of this loader, directly in front of the operator's cab, is the diesel fuel tank, which you can see right here, which holds 62 gallons of diesel fuel. And right here you can see the cap to fill the tank with fuel. And on the front of the diesel fuel tank, here you can see where the original front headlights were located. The door on the operator's cab of the 275A tilts backward to allow the operator to access the cab. From here you can get a good overview of the inside of the operator's cab on the 275A. Let's go and take a look at it. Okay. If you look out on the front control panel, you can see all of the gauges to monitor this entire loader when it's in operation. These 2 hand levers that you see directly below the steering wheel on the left side control the transmission. The upper hand lever controls the loader's direction. This is in the neutral position right here. Push forward to put the loader in forward gear, and pull back to put the loader in reverse. The lower hand lever is for gear selection. The 275A is equipped with a Clark-designed planetary-type full power shift transmission installed in it, with 4 forward speeds and 4 reverse speeds. Push all the way forward to engage the loader in first gear and pull back into second, third, and fourth gears. These 2 hand levers that you see over here on the right side control all the digging functions of the loader attachment in the front. The left hand lever controls the bucket to curl and dump it. The right hand lever controls the hoist to lift the loader arms up and to lower them. And from right here you can get a crystal clear view of what the operator would see if he were running a 275A. Mounted directly below the operator's cab on the right and left sides of this machine are the 2 boom hoist cylinders, one of which you can see right here. And here you can see where it connects to the machine's superstructure. And if you look under here, you can get a good view of the front axle on this machine. The axles on the 275A feature spiral ring gear and pinion with planetary reduction in the wheel hubs. And if you look back here, you can get a good view of the rear steering axle assembly. Now, let's take a look at the powering system on this loader. The 275A was available from Clark with either Detroit or Cummins power, depending on what the customer preferred. This unit is Cummins powered, and the engine that you are looking at under the hood right here is a model NTO6BI, inline 6-cylinder diesel engine that produces 262 horsepower for this machine. Here you can see the single air cleaner, and directly up top on the hood is the air intake. The engine drives a torque converter, which feeds directly into Clark's power shift transmission, and a single gear type hydraulic pump driven by the flywheel by PTO through the torque converter provides power to the front attachment and steering. The pump is rated at 100 GPM. And on the back of this machine's counterweight, you can see the grooves for the engine radiator, and you can see where it says Michigan. In 1963, Clark released an updated Series 2 version of its 275A tractor shovel, which featured a redesigned stairway to allow safer and a more convenient way for the operator to access the cab. Then, in 1965, Clark released the all-new Series 3 version of the 275A, which featured a completely new design and for the first time incorporated an articulated frame. Other improvements included a redesigned operator's cab, an increase in power up to 324 horsepower, and an increase in bucket capacity up to 6.5 cubic yards. The 275A Series 3 remained in production until 1970, when it was replaced by the new 275B model. But there she is, a 1960 Clark, Michigan 275A Series 1.